So we were able to cover substring, and there were two methods which were pending. One was the split, and other was the slice. Let's cover those. So admin create a variable const, let's say first name. Let me create as Akhiljan, right? Akhiljan here. Now let's try to use split here. So I will say first name dot split. Now, okay, not split, sorry, slice. I will use slice. But if you remember, right, we already have gone through substring method, right? What was the substring method? It says it will take a zero index based number, right, indicating the beginning of this, return the substring at the specified location within a string object, right? We know that even string, right, starts with zero index. So this is zero, this is one, two, three, four, five, six, right? So using substring, you can extract a sub part of a string, right, from the original string. So let's say this is Akhiljan, right? And let's say I am interested in getting the first three letters of it, right? So what should I do is I will have to play with the indexing numbers. So I will have to first give the starting index from where I want to extract the value. So I will use zero. This is what we have learned, right? And I would give a number. Let's say how many I need AKH, right? So I think I will have to give 0, 1, 2, 3, because it excludes that the character at the third index. It will take, like, it is like you have to give a value -1, right? So it will not get you 0 to 3, that which is 0, 1, 2, 3. No, I think it will get you 0, 1, and 2. Okay, so 0, 1, and 2. These are four characters, right? So no, three only. My bad. 0, 1, 2, right? So it will get you this. It will not get you three. No, right? We discussed this. Let me run it actually. Let's see what do we get. Const extracted value console dot log, and we'll get extracted value from it. Let's run it. You see, you got AKH only, right? Okay. Now there is a similar function, right, with substring in JavaScript, right? And the name is slice. Slice, right? I believe. Yes, slice. Slice. Okay. What does slice do? The okay, returns a section of a string. Now you would again ask, right, okay, this is similar thing, right? Why do you have two methods? Again, it goes back to the discussion of which method came first and what extra things this method will provide. But let me show you this. As of now, this you will see it does the similar thing. Let me run it. You see, you still got AKH only. Whether you used substring or slice, right? It has returned the same thing. But what is the difference here? The difference here is, I think again, it is the difference is that in the case of substrings, right, the negative values are not allowed. It's not does not support. Let me show you what I mean. So let's say I want to print, right, the, let's say, some characters from the end of the string, right? This is my complete string. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Let's say I want to print AI, right? AI here. So this is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So 9, right? So what I need is, so this is, if I look from the back side, right? This is -1, and is at -1. This is -2. This is -3, right? So I want what? I want to print A and I, right? So what I'll do is I'll use -3, and I will say that I want. So -3 will point what? It will start look from the back. So -1 is this, and I is -2, and A is -3. Okay, so it will take -3. So it is now pointing to A. So slice, right? It whatever index you have given, right? It picks that up. So it will take that up. Now I wanted what? I need I also, right? So what I'll do here is I will say -1. Why? Because if I give here, right, it will give me what? See here, what it will give me? It will give me an index, a character which is placed at -3. It will give me the index at -2. Will it give me the character which is placed at -1?
No.
No, right? Because whatever index position you give, right, it ignores that.
Correct.
It does -1 to it and brings you the one before it, right? So if I wanted AI, then I have to do this. You see, right? I got AI here. So what if I want n also, right? What should I do here? Anyone?
Zero. Zero.
Zero, right? Now people can understand. Okay, zero is pointing to this, right? Will it go there and to print it? No. Just see, right? It will do what? It will be again like as of now in this scenario, it will do -1 to it. So it will be -3 to -1. So -3, -2, -1 would be included. Let's run it. Okay, my bad. What is happening here? Did I select something else?
Save.
Why it is behaving like this? Okay. Okay. Let me just think about it. -3 to 0.
Let's try with 1, positive value 1.
No, that will 0 is not working, so 1 will anyhow not work. Okay, let me undo one more. If I do -3 also, right, it will give me the entire thing, which is AIN. I know that, but why it is not giving me zero part? Let's read about it. What does it say? The index to the end of the specified portion of string object. The substring includes the character up to, but not including the character indicated by and. If this value is not specified, the substring continues to the end of string object. Okay. Okay. We will check. I mean, I don't have an answer right now. I think what is, I will have to check what is here, but we'll check together. Okay. But let me first show you the difference between slice and substring, right? You can see using slice, I was able to get the end portion, right? Using the negative value. But
Can you? Sorry to interrupt, sir.
just just
Sir,
one just,
can
just one thing, huh? Just let me show you this part. With substring, right, it will not work. If I do this one also, right, it was working with slice, right? So negative values I believe is not supported by this. Let's try. You can see, right, with substring you cannot do such an operation, right, getting it from the end, right, using the index values. You can go from the this position, right, which is 0 1 2 3. So you can, if you want to fetch AIN, so you have to do 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7. So you will have to say 7 using substring. Using substring you will have to say 7, and if you run it you will get AIN, right? You will get that. And I think if you do 10 here, 7 8 9 10, you will still get AIN. Okay, so that is possible. And one more thing, right? Just okay, yeah. This is what substring and slice difference is, right? It supports negative value. Slice, substring does not support negative value, so you can't write it over there. Now, yes, who was saying this? Harsh, right? Someone was saying something, right? Sorry.
yes, sir, I got it.
So
Uh,
what was it? Very sorry.
okay. Again,
Yeah, Anand.
I was just checking the definition of slice again. I think
Mhm.
the reason is mentioned over there in the second line that the substring includes the character up to, but not including the character indicated by the end. The
But
character
that is,
indicated by the end, but not including.
see, even if it's slice, right? This is the same thing, right? How many characters you have? You have 0 to 9, right? So this is 0 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the ninth index. This is the 10th index, but the index position is what? 9, right? Because it starts from 0. This is the 10th position, but the index number is 9, right? So if I say 7 to 9, what will you get here? What do you expect? AIN or AI here?
I suppose A and I.
ANI, right? Because here also what is happening is it is not including 9. It will do -1 to it and get a value which is 7 and 8. Okay. And the same thing happens with the substring also. So there is no difference in both the things. Let me run it here. You can see, right? It gets you here. If I run substring also, it does the same stuff. You can see, right? The difference, the value, right, which is giving for the 0 part is something. Let's see actually. I will check. I don't have an answer right now. Let me check. -3 if I was doing this part, right, -3 to -1, it was doing what? It was giving me AI, right? AI here. So which I understand it should give. But I wanted to get n using that number part. Either it is not supported this way. It should have given me AIN. It is not giving. Copy paste the entire thing, right? Over here. I was reading a post, right, by someone, right? He was mentioning that since the use of Copilot, I mean, people have stopped using Stack Overflow, right? So the trend of searching on Stack Overflow or the traffic on Stack Overflow has reduced drastically. And I may be one of those person who was earlier looking into Stack Overflow and stopped doing that and just rely on the Copilot part. So, okay, sorry, just a second. Okay, so let's ask here, right? Okay, what output? Okay, I have to print, right? Let me collect this one also. Why this output returns blank and not AIN? See how smart it would be. Okay, the slice method extracts a section of the string. You can see, right? You see, it took the entire thing from my code, right? Okay, and it will try to give me the answer accordingly. Okay, let's see. The slice method extracts a section of the string and returns it as a new string. The extraction starts from start index 2, but not including the end index. This is what we know already, right? Let's see what it says after this. The negative start index in your code, ls minus 3, which counts from the end, right, of the string. So minus 3 refers to the third character from the end, which is a. See, this is like how this is like even I am explaining this way, right? And now Copilot is also explaining the same way, right? Zero n index, right? The n index is zero, which refers to the very start of the string. Okay. When the slice method is called with start index of minus 3 and index of this, it tries to slice the string starting from the character a, third from the end. So the start of the string 0. Since minus 3 is greater than 0, in this context, no characters are included in the strings, resulting in an empty string. Okay, there is another rule actually which we'll have to follow. What it is saying is that when you say start and end, right, index, it has to be like the end index has to be like in the absolute terms, right? It should be greater than the start index. So when we were saying minus 3 and minus 5 and you absolute those values, those are still making sense, right? I mean, okay, let me think, not absolute values. Okay, let me see what it is saying. It's not what
Sir,
it is.
I think it means like since 0 is greater than minus 3, so I mean like slice cuts from like it moves from left to right, right, sir? So when you are providing minus 3, so minus 3 is in the left side and 0 like starting in 0 is the starting index. So it is on like I mean the first part, so it cannot move from right to left, I guess.
No,
I mean like
see, I'll tell you, right? Again, I think I'll have to ask the co-pilot again one more thing in depth. Let me tell you, right? But try to understand what you said, right? Uh, is not what the thing is. Let me just try to explain this. Let's understand in both the syntax, right? I mean, in both the context. So if you look at this, uh, let's print here, right? Akhiljan, AKHI space JAIN. If I write in the positive index position, right, what will be the index position? 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? And if I write in negative index position, we will start from minus 1 here, minus 2, minus 3, minus 4, minus 5, minus 6, minus 7, minus 8, minus 9, minus 10. When you used slice, right, it needs a start index and it needs an end index, right? If you take the positive number, right, what you do here, you will say, let's say you wanted to extract a and I, right? So I will write 7 and I know that n index is excluded. So, right, and I need I also, right? So I will not give 8, I will give 9, right? So it is something like it will extract me what 7 and 8 character, right, from the string, which is a and I, right? A and I, right? I get that value. So this is what we did, right? And you can see start index is smaller than n index, right? So this is smaller. So start index is always smaller than n index, right? At least in this case, in the positive way. Let's see in the negative cases also. When you look at this, right? When I want to have using negative index, so I start from I say minus 3, right? See, the extraction will always be from left to right only, right? This is your left side and this is your right side, right? How do you reach to a particular start index is up to you, whether using the positive index or a negative index. So if you go from the positive index, you will give these numbers, right? So I wanted 7, right? So you reach there. So your starting point becomes this. But to extract this, it will go in this direction only. Okay. And even in the negative case, right? When you say -3, it is here, right? And it will go here only, in this direction only, right? And now what we are saying is -3, and when we were giving -1, right? What was happening? Start index is still smaller than end index, right? You can see start index -3 is smaller than -1, right? Agree? This is still fine, right? So that is not the rule which it is following, right? I mean, here if you see, right, what will happen? It will get me -3 and -2, and it will exclude -1, right? So what is -3 and -2? A and I, right? The problem is when I'm saying -3 to 0, where I am expecting that it would run till -1. I was thinking it will give me -3, -2, and -1 as per my above logic, right? But here I think it's like an edge case here, right? Or the exception where it's saying no, this is not allowed, because here now you because again, right, we do not, I mean, right, I think here in this discussion, right, when we're talking about this, it is trying to say that if you see in the negative indexing, right, we do not have 0 here, right? We do not have 0 here in this context, right? Let me ask Copilot. Let me just double check my knowledge here. So I will see. Okay. Let's understand this. When the slice method is called, it tries to slide the strings from the character A to the start of the string 0. This is not correct. Since -3 is greater than 0, is greater than in this context, no characters are included in the slice, resulting in an empty string. No. So okay, and it is saying if you what it is saying as a suggestion is, it is saying to extract the last 3 characters from the string, you should use this. Okay, slice -3. Okay, or ये क्या करें? Or if you specifically want to avoid using negative indexes, calculate the length. This is another difference, right? This is not what I wanted. Length, it will get -3 and it will get it. No, 0.
I think we are at like start index should be gray, like smaller, and negative index, uh, sorry, the end index should be greater, but -3 is greater than 0. I mean, I, I'm
It
also
is not
confused
right. It is
by
not
it.
right.
Yeah,
It is not right. -3 is
yes,
smaller than 0, right? So
yes,
even in
sir.
this case, right, the rule is getting still getting applied. The problem here is it is switching the context, right? They, because here, right, this, I think the problem here is it is saying that if you are using a negative indexing, right? If you're using negative indexes, then stick to negative indexing only, right? And in negative indexes, we saw, right, there is no 0 here. You saw, I mean, if you see in the negative indexing position, there is no
Yes,
0 here, right? There is no 0. So the problem is something related to this, right? I will, but I am sure there is some more reasoning around it. I will check it, right, and update you guys, right, if I get any information around it. I think it will not work. But again, if you wanted to get the last 3 characters, we know that you can just provide -3 and it will work, right? Because it then goes to the end of the string length, right, and extracts whatever it sees there, right? So if I want AIN using negative indexing, so I can just write -3 in slice, and it will give me what? AIN, because it, see, slice method accepts 2 inputs, right? 2 different inputs, start index and end index, right? But the end index is optional. Okay, it is optional. If you don't specify, right, by default, what it takes it runs till the length of the string. So here, right, it will go AIN, right? So it will fetch this. Similarly, if you give positive value also, right, it's 7. It will do the same stuff. You're not giving the end index, so what it will do is it will run till the end of the string, which is 9, right? I mean, all the values. So it will give you AIN. Okay. So this is how you can fetch it, right? But again, why using when we give 0, it returns me nothing. That is something which I also want to check. Although I feel the reasoning is this only, but let me check. Let me double check this. And again, right, it's not about only about 0. If you give 1, 2, 3, right, it is not going to give you any inputs, as we saw. And I think because of that, right, it makes me believe that because we are using negative indexing, right, so we'll have to stick with negative indexing only, not the positive part then. Okay, it's like you should not be mixing both the stuff. I mean, over here. Okay, I will check this, right? I will check and update you this particular edge case. Let's move ahead. I hope, right? Otherwise, the slice and substring method is clear, right? These are like similar methods. It's just that substring does not even allow you to write negative strings, right? Negative indexing, right? Okay, I hope things is clear. Let's move ahead, I believe. Now the last method, right? Over the string method, right? Now, let me write a sentence. Let me write a sentence here. Let me write the complete sentence. Const, let's say sentence, and I will write, my name is Akhiljan. I am a software engineer. Okay. Now let's say, so this is what this is a string, right? This is a string. Now let's say I want to do something like this. How many words do I have? Okay, if I ask you how many, okay, write me a program uh, to tell me how many words I have written here. How will you do it? Anyone knows?
Sorry, can you repeat your question again?
Let's say I have a statement like this, right? And I'm asking, tell me how many words I have over here in this sentence.
Uh, Words.
Yes, words. Like my is one word, name is one word, another word, right? A is also another word.
We can split them and then count them,
Count. Splits
store
using
them. Like
spaces
when
and
we,
count
Okay, so how will you split that?
using the
and
space character.
yeah,
So okay, how will I do that? I mean, should I write the logic to do that, right?
Yeah, it
I
will
should read character by character from starting, and wherever I see space, I should make a cut and then put it into another thing, right? Something like this, or I should create a I should create a counter where I would say, okay, if one space came, I will say, okay, it is like one word.
yeah, that would be more quick, like more better way. Yeah, the first one also work, but yeah, the second one is the more better way to count the characters. When you find a space, then mark it as like one string, one word.
Okay, and
Count one.
what if I have two spaces here?
we can use a split method.
I know, I know, Harsh. I'm just trying to understand, right? I want people to understand like the pain which we have to take care, we have to take in other languages, right? JavaScript is a very helpful language. I want people to think over it first.
Okay, so if we take double spaces, then also it will like split, because we are like, if we are writing a logic that should whenever it sees a space, it should move forward where like it should that put that word, like increase the count of that word, like we just take one flag like
Mm-hmm.
counter and increase it by every space we get, we can increase like
Mm-hmm.
by every increase, like it should like increase like plus one increment in each
Make a
iteration.
counter and keep on increasing whenever you
Yeah,
come
yeah.
across a space character.
So, I mean, if you're say, I mean, you agree with me, right? Even if I count now, right? How many words I have? One, two, three, four, five, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right? So these are 10 words, right?
Hmm.
As of now, if I do a extra space also, it will be how many words? 10
Still,
only, right?
Till
Still
only.
10, still 10, right? But I will have to tweak my logic, right? If I just take one space. But again, the point of the discussion over here is it does not matter here, right? At least in JavaScript, because you don't have to write any piece of logic to do any of this. There is an inbuilt method in the string which helps you do that. What is
okay.
that method? Okay, let me show you.
I think
So
you taught us about the trim function, which does something
trim will remove the
spaces, I
spacing
think.
at the head and the tail in the complete string. So here there are no spaces in the head,
Okay.
there are no spaces in the tail, right? Even if you had, right, then that spacing thing would have helped you, but as of now it will not, right? There is nothing to do about it. Okay.
Hmm. Okay.
See, again, my
Okay.
point, I mean, I'm just trying to give you one example just to understand the point, right? The point here is that in JavaScript, right, the string method, I mean the string thing has one additional method which is called a split. Okay, there's a split method. Sorry, there is a split method, and you can do what? It will return you what? Let me show you. Const, let's say output. If you do a split on a complete string, right? Let me print this out. Console.log output. If you see this, right? Okay, it is currently showing you in this way, this part. Okay, let me show you the length of it. Output split returns you what? Splits a string into substrings using the specified separator and returns them as an error, as an array. Okay, if I again okay, let me first show you how many length it has. Currently, right, it has one length. It is saying it did not split it this out. Now I believe that it needs to have, let's say, a single space, right? It needs to have,
A character that should be
right, a
specified
character which can help us to understand what is the splitting part, right? Which can help us to split it. So as of now, I feel the splitting part is the space, right? Okay, so what should I do is I should just say the spacing here. Let's check it now. As of now, right, in my earlier case, it was doing nothing. It was just grabbing it up and placing it into a single. It was creating like it was see, the output of split method is an array. Okay, the output of split method is an array, and it keeps, right, all the value which are splitted from that string, right, as separate elements of the arrays. Okay, so as of now it was just a single item, right? You can see a single code here, right, and a single code here. So everything, this is like one value. That's why you are getting one as an output of the length method, the property over there. But if I am now, you can see, right, I am giving a space. I'm telling that please use space to consider as a delimiter, right, and which will give you a point to understand. Okay, wherever you see a space, split, make a split, right, and you will see how many space. Here you will see a space. Here you will see a space. Here also. Here also. Here also. Here also, right? So how many spaces? I think all the spaces, right? And whenever it sees a space, it will split and it will create so many elements over there. Okay, let's try to see what do we get. Let me clear it up. You see, you got 10. I hope, right, it makes sense, right, what it is doing.
Yep.
Right, it is doing something like this. Let me do it here. So let me copy this. So when I gave this thing here, right, it did what? It starts reading this, right, and it shows a space. As soon as it shows a space, right, it just removed the space and do this, right? So now it got its first element of the array. So now it is forming the array. It got its first element, right? Now it is again checking to the remaining of the item. It show a space again. So again, it made a cut, right? It made a cut and it said, okay, now this is my second element. Now it again checked it, right? It start seeing this again. It shows value. It made a cut and said, okay, this is my third item, and so on. It will get all 10 items, right? So split methods help you to, right, to split, to break down your string, right, using a delimiter into multiple elements and form an array of those elements. Yes, Harsh, please.
So can we see the like how split method is written in JavaScript, like by going inside it? Can we see this?
I've never checked it. Let me see if I can do that. I'm not sure. Split splits a string. Okay, let me check. Okay, yeah, it shows, but no, it's an interface, right? Okay. 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 It's a d.ts file, right? What is d.ts file? Anyone knows? Any?
TypeScript.
Okay. Who said TypeScript?
Me, Anand.
Okay. And so have you seen TypeScript as a file?
No, never.
Okay. 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 So, okay. Anyone who has worked on TypeScript? Harsh, you worked on TypeScript?
No, sir. JavaScript.
Okay. 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 I don't want to go into then d.ts definition then. Okay. There are three files which are very important files: d.ts, .ts, And there is one more which I'm forgetting. This is something map or something. I'm not remembering the extension of it. Those are three important files. And what happens is when you convert your TypeScript into JavaScript, right, through compilation, it forms these files, which helps you in the debugging of the JavaScript code and helps you to see the code in TypeScript when you're debugging in JavaScript. So that is something as of now out of, I mean, not part of our discussion. We have to discuss this, but in the TypeScript chapter, right? So again, coming back to your point, right? Here, let's see, right? If you see, these are both d.ts file, and it is placed here, right? Symbol.wellknown.d.ts. I don't know, like, how can we see it? I don't see it here, right? You can see it's an interface here, right? So they have not exposed the you can't see right over here like how it is being implemented. Let me see if I can do that. No, right? You can see does not do that. Okay, let me check if I can see here. Lib. If you see, right, the structure here, right? It is trying to go into program files, Microsoft VS Code, resources, app, extensions, node modules. So you can see this is the folder for Microsoft VS Code, the VS Code which I'm working on, right? Over there, they have created a folder, resources, app, extensions. There is a subfolder within it, node modules. And from there, it got TypeScript, and where it has a lib folder, where it got this ES5 d.ts file, right? Where it is showing me this. And here it is showing me this with the split method. Let me see, can I see the, now this is going under from ES5, this file to this file. And this is an interface. No, it is again and again opening the same stuff. No, as of now, no, you can't go there. I don't think there is a way. It is an interface, right? An interface, it is not exposed. You will have to find a object which is implementing this, and using this. So I don't think you have it. Okay, let me go here also. Let me just go into the lib folder. It is going under lib es. We have all d.ts file only. This is all d.ts file. It has watchcard, TypeScript.js. This is which file? ES5. No man. If I get the answer to this right, I will let you know. I don't think there is a way to get there, right? To see the implementation of it. So let me write it down. There are two curious questions now, which I have. Okay, I will check, right? But I don't think there's a way to check that. Let me see. Split method implementation. I will check this, and there was that 0 case, right? With the split method. Okay, Harsh. So I will check and let you know. As of now, though, I don't think. I mean, if anyone knows, let me know. I don't mind it, right? It's something for me to also learn.
Can we ask Copilot?
I can, but it will take a lot of time now. We have already spent 1 hour.
Okay.
And we are still on string only, right? I wanted to start the errors part. Okay, but since you asked, let me ask. Give me the implementation of. Give me the implementation of string method, right? Sorry, split method. Method implemented split method of uh, string in JavaScript. Okay, let's see the split method. Okay, you can see right what is giving me. Okay, it is not showing me this. No. Okay, I will check and let you know. Right, as of now, I will have to write some good prompts here to get that to that point. So let's leave it as of now. Okay, I'll let you know, and I will also share like if I get it right, how I was able to reach it there using Copilot. Okay, okay, let's move ahead. We have covered enough time. Okay, so this is about the split method, right? And which is to break it down, right? To break it down into the item, right? If let's just read the here also, right? Splits a string into substrings, so it is like it is splitting into substrings using this and return them as an array, right? So whatever words you have, right, it will split them into like separate substrings and form them as items of a complete array. You can give a separator here, right? I'm giving here. If let's say I have a comma here, right, and I want to use that comma as a separator. So what will I get? If I use the comma as a separator, what will I get? How many items? How many items will I get with my array over there?
2.
Two, right? Right. I hope this makes sense, right? So now, for it will consider this as one item of that array. It's one substring, and then this substring, right? The second part from this space to this part. Okay. You can see, right, a space here, right? It is taking everything, right? It just splits this into that part. Bye.
Thank you,
Get to
sir.
tomorrow. Bye. Thank you. Bye.